Hey guys, welcome back to another Christmas review, and today I am reviewing Home Alone 2 Lost in New York, starring Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern, Catherine O'Hara, Tim Curry, and John Hurd, and is about Hurd, not Hurt, and is about Kevin McAllister, who once again goes on Christmas vacation, somehow gets lost in New York after going in the wrong lane of an airport, and now he's lost in New York. But also while this happens, his family's trying to find him, and they don't know where he is. And while this is happening, the wet bandits are somehow in New York. This movie was also directed by Chris Columbus, just the same director of the first film. Okay, let's talk about this movie. Given the fact that Home Alone 1, I reviewed last year, is one of my favorite Christmas movies. Possibly top 3. And, it's also one of my biggest childhood movies. Obviously a sequel is going to be hard to live up to how loved Home Alone is, especially in my household. And does this one live up to the first one? No, not really. Is it a bad movie? No, not really. Is it worse than Home Alone 3? Heck no, nothing's worse than Home Alone 3. But this movie is a perfectly enjoyable movie. It's not great like the first film, and it's definitely not the best sequel, but for a Home Alone sequel, it's not too bad. Let's get into the positives. The performances are all very strong. Once again, Macaulay Culkin as Kevin McAllister is great in this movie. He still has that Kevin aneurysms, if you know what I mean. Joe Pesci is really good in this movie as well, even though I was actually kind of surprised he came back for the sequel, because I know Joe Pesci's other work, and I wouldn't really see him doing a movie like this. He's great in this movie. Same with Daniel Stern. Once again, Daniel Stern is perfect as Marv. Literally no other actor could play him. Perfect casting there. Tim Curry is also very good as the hotel guy. He's really good in this movie. Tim Curry is just a good actor, so And I'm just thinking, this is the second time I've seen Tim Curry play somewhat of a creepy dude trying to get a child. It reference if you didn't know. But anyway, what about the humor? Is this one funnier than the first one? No, but is it still funny? Yeah, it's still funny. There are some funny moments in the movie, like the ending trap sequence is a lot more goofier, and some of the stuff is funny, but. Still, I liked the traps in the first one. They felt a little more grounded in reality. These ones are like it's still a amazingly fun sequence, but it's still it's very it's like they wouldn't survive that, if you know what I mean. It's unrealistic, but it's still fun. And then there's one scene towards the beginning where Kevin walks in, tries to get his tie, and then records his uncle singing in the shower. And while he's recording it, he screams at him, and he gets that on tape. And then he has to use that again in another scene, which I won't spoil. It's pretty funny. And then there obviously is another gag with the TV that was used. Once again, this gag was used in the first movie, but I don't mind it. If the gag wasn't funny, I would be like, they're reusing jokes from the original, but it's funny, so I don't mind it. And the movie's well directed. It's very well directed at times. The ending, what do you call it? Traps are very well executed. They have good comic timing. The line delivery has good comic timing. This movie's pretty good for a sequel. All right, let's talk about a few nitpicks I have of this movie. Not really nitpicks, but negatives. One, the movie is like 2 hours long. it's a little long in my opinion. The first one was like not even 2 hours. I don't remember how long the first one was, but all I know is that it was not 2 hours long. That's for sure. And I feel like this one is suspending the disbelief way too much, because the first one you could kind of suspend some disbelief. This one, you have to basically just suspend the entire movie and just accept it, because this one's way more unrealistic than the first one. I don't think there's a way that this would happen twice. So yeah. So anyway, this review is going to be shorter because I'm kind of on a time schedule here. All right. So Home Alone 2: Lost in New York is a perfectly fine movie. It's a good movie. It's good for a sequel to one of the best Christmas movies ever made. But you know, it's not as good as the original, but it's sincerely better than Home Alone 3. I'm going to give Home Alone 2: Lost in New York a B minus, and is flawed but good. So if you've seen Home Alone 2: Lost in New York, what did you think about it? And if you like this review, give it a like, and I will see you guys next time.